we've been having such an explosion of chronic fatigue cases recently. And so, a lot of these people have been, with that fatigue, you're also going to see like really decreased motility in their gut. Just, everything's tired, right? Every cell's exhausted. And so, that's where the peptides and IVs have been a game changer, and the patches from Buzz, because these people their digestion is just so weak and their assimilation of nutrients so poor. So we talking about bringing synergy together in all these different pieces, and on a K, when someone's like, well, if you have somebody that can't eat, what do you do? And like, well, we have a lot of solutions now around that. And even if and if it's caused by like a chronic Lyme thing, or like long COVID, or you have the SOT therapy that we can implement with those people as well.
And so the peptide pathway bypass it's this unique philosophy that was birthed at Go Wellness because I saw that peptides created a bypass to all of the work that it used to take before we were using peptides. You think, Dan, how long it took us to get somebody's inflammation down, how long it would take us to get someone's metabolic system fixed, get them to lose weight. I mean, now it's like a layup. It's like, yeah, we can pretty much guarantee you'll lose weight on our program. I mean,
Yeah.
but we couldn't do that without peptides. So it's just bypassed all the complexity of medicine and it's made it so simple. So Dan, you were having a conversation about in Chinese medicine, you have the chief herb, you have the envoy, you have the supportive. I can't remember all the names. What are all
Yeah.
the names of all the?
Oh, man, it's been so long, but I know we have like our chief, our primary herb.
Yeah,
Um, and then you always have like a secondary or tertiary
secondary. Yep,
that either supports or balances the action of the first,
yep.
or affects some other things. We have our envoy herb, which is kind of what directs those herbs where to go, like
Yep.
licorice being like
Licorice is the
one that it moves it through every meridian, and then
Gansao.
yeah, yeah. And then we have like, well, a lot of times have a harmonizer that makes sure that those herbs are actually going to work, you know,
Synergistically. Yeah.
yeah, and kind of calm the effect. So it's interesting because I think about the process of how many thousands of years it took to have that understanding and repeat treatments and testing, and in our world, it's always funny to me to see, or it's fun, I should say. I love seeing that, we have Western trained doctors now that are moving into functional medicine, and they're learning the herbs if they're trying to implement those things, but they're using the individual herb, and
Right. Yeah.
we're so far beyond that, right? So,
Right.
yeah,
Well,
but
in Chinese medicine, it was all based on observation, and then they're looking at the flavor of the herb. They're looking at the structure of it. Is it a yin structure? Is it a yang? Is it a root system? Is it going straight up? Is it a flowering? And they're looking at it holistically. And now that you can start dissecting the ingredients in the plants, now you start realizing there's all these polyphenols and there's these active ingredients that get hyperactivated when they're used together. So that's where like using a singular herb just seems like a waste of time.
yeah, yeah, and it's gotten that point with, you know, using a single peptide as a standalone feature with no other, interventions. That also seems you're you're missing a huge piece of the game that you could be playing.
You're not just going to see a doubling of magnitude, like a greater pulse. You're going to see like a 10 times or 100 times greater gene expression because BPC 157, it makes the growth hormone receptors more receptive. It opens them up because that's what your body needs to recover and heal. And that's one of the things VEGF does. And then when you add in like CJC 1295 or tesamorelin, ipamorelin, now that those receptors are there, so that signal can get right to the receptor, and then you get the gene expression. So the pulse is that much greater. And then, okay, well, now that you've got this greater pulse and you're recovering, is my internet okay? It looks a little laggy.
I think it's good. Yeah. I
Okay.
saw a
Okay.
little glitch, but I think it's still good.
Okay, so then you say, all right, well, now let's activate the engine. Let's bring in some mitochondrial peptides so that we can keep the engine clean and make sure that we've got proper mitophagy. Let's think about AMPK because now we put the body in this growth, this mTOR pathway gets turned on. It's like, cool, we can bring in Sloop, we've got 5-amino, we've got MOD-SC, we've got SS31, humanin. I mean, it's like great. And then what about the immune system? Because we got to regulate the immune system. Okay, let's bring in the thymulins and thymosin alpha 1 and let's eradicate some infection. Let's bring in LL37. Oh, what about the brain? And then I mean, and then we
Yeah.
start, okay, there's Selenk and here's Cmax and cerebrolysin
Hmm.
and that's where it becomes really fun because we have such targeted pathways that we can access, and they're well defined and well documented, that it gives us the freedom to actually say with certainty that we can help clients transform their health.
We had a chronic, really, really bedridden, chronic fatigue client whose parents and her husband were they were basically like helping her get everything done. She's just the fatigue is there, and her labs aren't crazy bad. She's got all this mitochondrial dysfunction, but she does have some underlying. This all happened after COVID, and so we're going, okay, we need to increase her energy.
Yeah.
She's massively nutrient deficient because her digestion's so slow. And we have this systemic inflammatory response that's going on. So okay, so what can we do here? We could throw in an NAD patch or a glutathione patch to give the
Yep.
mitochondria some juice.
Yep.
Um, then we can go, okay, well, there was a lot of oxidative stress in there. So the SS31 or humanin, something's going to help heal those mitochondria with some methylene blue. And
Yeah.
then to start to stimulate that inflammation, stop any of the destruction that's going on.
They wanted me to come and talk about the way that peptides integrate with Clotho. And what I learned in that presentation, I can actually show you guys some slides because our whole focus, what I've been pretty fixated on, my new book comes out in a couple of weeks, but it's like what I call the ageless axis. So it's the heart, it's the brain, and it's the muscles. And those three organ systems, I was asking the question, I was saying, well, what are the organs that I want to be the healthiest when I'm 80, 90, 100? What are the things that I should take care of now when I'm pushing 50? And that's where the heart brain, muscle heart brain axis came up.
I just love that just Link. I think those two together are just a power combo. They're one of my favorite combos. It's easy. I always loved it because it's intranasal, and so many people, they're not real, keen on doing injections. So the intranasal or any of the oral peptides are always really good. I love the GABA effect of it. To me, that's the one that get like with Solank, the just clarity. I love meditation, and so that just helps. It just puts you in a better space. It keeps me in a definitely in a way better let's say mental space of just feeling clear and creative. Like it's way
Mm,
easier for me to find a flow state.
yeah.
I'm on Solank, especially the combo, the Solank and Smax. I think that might be for brain. I think those are my favorite two so far, especially because you're getting the anti-inflammatory effect. You're getting the GABA, the regulation of the GABA, and then it's like you're capturing the GABA with the Solank and with Semax, you're capturing that serotonin, dopamine. It's
Yeah.
nice. Rather than jumping over to testofen, which I cannot take, that amps me up for days.
I like the consciousness. Adipotide is death used wisely, a pruning of what no longer serves, like a Zen master with a sword. It severs excess, not in violence, but devotion to clarity. It teaches elimination is not loss, it's alignment.
Nice. That is
So,
awesome.
isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I wanted to bring like some kind of essence to peptides because they are an energetic frequency. I think people forget that these are just amino acids that are folded in a very particular way. And just like sacred geometry that we studied in Chinese medical school, I applied those principles to peptides because if they're not folded right, or if the full amino acid chain's not there, you're getting a fragment of that full expression. And so I wanted to bring it in. So sarcotropin's the warrior monk, strength with mindfulness. It fuses muscle with mission and memory with movement.
I love that.
We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us. Hey, also just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about this project. Reagan and I launched this Founders Fuel. Go check it out, foundersfuel.co. I love this stuff. It's been great. Little kratom kava, L-theanine, and lion's mane mushrooms, and it's like awesome, awesome thing. So, yeah, go check it out if you're interested in some performance boosts.
What's the URL?
Foundersfuel.co. So,
Founders
yeah. And if you guys want to try a box, I'll even give you guys the secret code, which is VIP25. I need to plug that in.
100%.
Text or email me if that doesn't work. How about that? All right. Anyways, I just had this sitting next to me. I was like, oh, I need to tell everybody about this. I always forget. So I love it. Okay. Well, you guys are all awesome. Thanks for joining us this Friday morning. We'll be back next month. Let's see, just to confirm, because I know we do have an event Friday, November 7th. So we may need to make an adjustment because we'll be at the Genius Network annual event on the 7th. But I also think Reagan and I can probably handle it. It might just be a little more condensed, and we'll do some juggling. So. Anyways, love you guys. Appreciate you showing up here and bringing your best. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a great month.